And welcome to the show. Great to be with you. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you could. And in studio guest today, we'll tell you about him. He's been on once before, and I think you'll find the conversation interesting. A little different theme today. We're going to talk about chiropractic medicine. Ooh, that's provocative, right? And we'll get into that in a little bit. Why am I hearing an echo? Is that me?
Yeah, it's got to be you.
Okay. I don't know. It sounds hollow. You don't hear that. Okay.
No.
So anyway, there are a couple of stories that are trending this morning that caught my eye. One of which is very provocative, and I'll share with you. And when is it ethical for a doctor to lie? Or is it ever ethical? Are there any circumstances under which a physician should lie? Lie to the patient or lie to a third-party payer?
I just heard it there.
Okay, there's some, I'm getting some impedance here, and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, I just heard it.
You hear it? Okay, turn your mic the other way. Yeah, it's Gary's fault. It's always Gary's fault. We blame Gary for everything. And we'll explore that issue today a little bit. And then there's a new report on obesity, and apparently, living in the city or living in the country make a difference. We'll get into that. And I always invite you, especially when I have an in-studio guest like a chiropractor, who will say things that many of you will agree with, maybe some of you who won't agree with. Many times I say things you don't agree with, and you call me. And we invite you to do that, because we like difference of opinion. This is not homogenized milk around here. We're interested in viewpoints. I happen to believe in chiropractic medicine a lot, and I've been adjusted many times. And it works. So, in the world of natural health, natural medicine, it prevails. It has come a long way, and we might discuss that. And you may have some experiences about your own personal experience with chiropractic, and you'd like to share. You know how to connect. And if you don't, we're going to tell you now.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Don't forget to go to our Facebook and join our new chapter contest, where you can win over $1,600 in prizes. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Talk Nutrition, where everything's archived and up there by date.
Okay. There's something going on with these microphones today.
Yeah. I can hear it now. I can hear it constant now.
I know for the audience you don't hear that, but when you have a headset on and I'm trying to talk to you and I got this whirling sound in my headset, it's very distracting. Nevertheless, I will start with the obesity rates being higher. If you had to guess, would obesity rates be higher in rural areas or in urban areas, in the country or the city? If you had to guess, what would you pick? What do you think, Gary?
I would say city.
I don't know what Stephen would think.
No?
We'll see. Turns out there were two analyses, one of adults and another of children in this study. And they collected data on their weight, height, and that's important on both. And I'll explain in a minute why that became an important factor. And where people lived. And it was gathered in a series of nationally representative surveys from 2001 to 2016. These are the data from the NHANES Project, National Health Examination, blah, blah, blah survey. NHANES. A lot of confidence in those data. The study is published in JAMA right now. So, the adult study included 10,000, almost 11,000 men and women and older. And 2013-2016 survey period, 39% were obese. That's when you have a body mass index of over 30 or above. including 8% who were severely, what we call morbidly obese, with a BMI of 40 or more. My goodness. Prevalence of obesity was 36.5% among men and 40.8% among women, including severe obesity of 5.5% for men and 9.8% for women. In the study of children, there were almost 7,000 of them, 2 to 19 years of age. Almost 18% were obese. That number has been holding steady for a good while, including about 6% who were severely obese. It is unconscionable that 25% of adolescents are overweight or obese. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. This started early in their life. And they are victims of this epidemic. And the adults are responsible. The food companies are responsible. The government is responsible. I am responsible. We are all responsible. If we had an epidemic where people were dying, or let me put it this way, if people's pets were getting obese at the rate that children are getting obese, people would be outraged and in the streets protesting. They're pets. That's the truth. If people's pets had adult diseases like children have now, these kids are growing up with heart disease, the beginnings of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome, orthopedic issues, people would be outraged and in the streets complaining that we're being cruel to pets. I don't see any outrage. I don't see anybody's hair on fire in the general population about this obesity. I just don't see it. I've said this before. It probably makes people mad that I say it, but I don't care. There's no outrage. And this is a runaway freight train, and it's not I'm telling you, it's going to, bad things usually get worse and good things usually get better. This is a terrible thing, and it's going to get terribly worse. I'm just telling, I've been saying that, and every time I get these data that come in across the transom, my grim hypothesis gets confirmed. I don't want it to be this way. I don't think anybody does, but I don't know what we're doing. So there's a woman by the name of Dr. Cynthia Ogden. Who is Dr. Ogden? She's an epidemiologist with the CDC. Dr. Ogden has been doing these NHANES studies for years. And I have a lot of respect for her work. And she said, I want to emphasize that this survey, the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, is the gold standard, close quote. When people report their own measurements, here's the height and weight, they exaggerate their height and minimize their weight, she said. This survey has measured heights and weights. So they got both variables in. Turns out that obesity rates are higher in the country than in the city.
Them biscuits and gravy.
Where, you know, as I often say, in the South, gravy is a beverage. In the southeast of the throughout the South, the obesity epidemic is off the chain. It's just off the chain. And it's no accident that when you look at the food, there's a strong correlation. When we come back, I'll tell you a little bit more about this study, and then I'm going to get to the story about doctors lying to patients maybe, or lying to third-party payers to help save the patient. Is that ethical? Would you want your doctor to do it? Should doctors do it? This article appeared in the New York Times. It's called The Strategic Lies of Oncologists. You're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast and globally. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. There are more junk foods than you and I have sense, There are also junk supplements. These off-brand supplements are often made with inferior raw materials and artificial ingredients. Not so with New Chapter supplements. For 35 years, New Chapter has been a leader in supplement quality, putting the wisdom of nature in its whole food supplements. Now you can win 4 New Chapter core supplements having a total retail value of $1,639 from Let's Talk Nutrition. To register, go to Let's Talk Nutrition's Facebook page, like the page, and click the Contest Enter button. Or go to letstalknutrition.com and click on the Contest Enter button. You can also call the show at 877-897-8255 between 9 and 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. The contest begins June 1st and ends June 30th. No purchase is necessary. There will be 3 randomly selected lucky winners. So be a winner and enter New Chapter's supplement contest. And good luck from Let's Talk Nutrition. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show Let's Talk Nutrition. There are more junk foods than you and I have sense. There are also junk supplements. These off-brand supplements are often made with inferior raw materials and artificial ingredients. Not so with New Chapter supplements. For 35 years, New Chapter has been a leader in supplement quality, putting the wisdom of nature in its whole food supplements. Now you can win 4 New Chapter core supplements having a total retail value of $1,639 from Let's Talk Nutrition. To register, go to Let's Talk Nutrition's Facebook page, like the page, and click the Contest Enter button. Or go to letstalknutrition.com and click on the Contest Enter button. You can also call the show at 877-897-8255 between 9 and 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. The contest begins June 1st and ends June 30th. No purchase is necessary. There will be 3 randomly selected lucky winners. So be a winner and enter New Chapter's supplement contest. And good luck from Let's Talk Nutrition. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show Let's Talk Nutrition. There are more junk foods than you and I have sense. There are also junk supplements. These off-brand supplements are often made with inferior raw materials and artificial ingredients. Not so with New Chapter supplements. For 35 years, New Chapter has been a leader in supplement quality, putting the wisdom of nature in its whole food supplements. Now you can win 4 New Chapter core supplements having a total retail value of $1,639 from Let's Talk Nutrition. To register, go to Let's Talk Nutrition's Facebook page, like the page, and click the Contest Enter button. Or go to letstalknutrition.com and click on the Contest Enter button. You can also call the show at 877-897-8255 between 9 and 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. The contest begins June 1st and ends June 30th. No purchase is necessary. There will be 3 randomly selected lucky winners. So be a winner and enter New Chapter's supplement contest. And good luck from Let's Talk Nutrition. New survey data now tells us that people living in the country, in rural areas, are more inclined to be obese than those living in urban or city areas. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Specifically, the new data tell us that 38% of women living in urban areas, 38% now, with a population greater than 1 million, were obese or are obese, as were 42.5% of those living in urban areas smaller than 1 million. When you go to the rural areas, obesity rate for women is 47.2%.
That's.
Can you do me a favor? Turn off your mic. Thank you. It's your mic. Rates for men showed a similar, although not identical, pattern. You can only put that on when you talk. Sound like you're at home? Poor Gary. It is your mic. I don't know why it is, but you're such a problem child. Out of 12 kids, your mother told you that too. Yeah. Gary, didn't she? Gary, I love you. Come on, man. I'm just kidding with you. Put your mic back on, man. 42%. 42.4%. Yeah. The rates for men showed a similar, although not identical, pattern with 31.8% in large urban areas, 42.4% in small metropolitan areas, and 39% in rural regions. The bottom line here is that what accounts for women being and men being more obese, significantly so, living in rural areas? What would account for that? Is it in the water? Is it the diet? Is it the diet and lifestyle? Some people might be inclined to say living in the city, more fast food, processed foods. Some would say, oh, the food in the country is fresher. Well, what kind of food are we talking about? You can have fresh, unhealthy food, right? Fresh doesn't mean healthy. Got lots of meat, pork, biscuits, gravy, butter, dairy.
Remember the restaurant you were talking about that you went to out in Plant City?
Yes, I saw it yesterday. Can I say that? Should I say it on the? No, I better not. Plant City is a town here outside of Tampa. And I had occasion to go there. I went there yesterday, but a while back I went there, and they took me to this restaurant. And it looked so quaint, right? Wooden porch, rockers, and all that. Place was jammed up. There was not, it was all we could do to find a seat. This is like in the middle of the day, right? I went to go, and it's, what do you call that when you serve yourself? You self-serve and
buffet,
which is one of the worst and all-you-can-eat kind of concept that didn't apply here, but it was a buffet, and I was hard pressed to find anything I could eat. I looked at all the food, and I looked around the room, and I dare say 60%. Close to 70% of the people in that room were overweight or obese. And it correlated with the statistics nationally. 68% of the population is overweight or obese. And and this is just one little restaurant in one small sleepy town here in Florida. Maybe it's not so sleepy. That's where the Strawberry Festival is. It's very famous nationally. And it's a nice town. Plant City's a nice place. And I saw these people, and what was interesting, there were some young people, but most were middle-aged and older. Right? Now, you eat like that, and what that tells me is that being in that restaurant wasn't just a special occasion. I dare say, if I had to hazard a guess, they probably frequent that restaurant often, and they looked like it. So food has consequences. This is an obvious fact, but it is so amazing to me how the obvious escapes us. And again, people live, and you would think too, people might say, well, how could people, they're more active. They're farmers, they're moving, they're working, they're burning calories. They should be, well, exercise is not a great predictor for weight loss, in case you didn't know. Now you do. But it helps. So people living in the country suffer from obesity and being morbidly obese more so than people living in urban areas. I don't know. We're all in this together. We better help one another figure this out. Give me a call.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
In my own battle with cancer, I had 4 doctors on my team. And each and every one of them was amazing in his own right. And they saved my life. And I know that each and every one of them always told me the truth. Because many days the news was not good. Not good. This story in the New York Times, the strategic lies of oncologists. Why would an oncologist lie? And to whom would the oncologist lie? Dr. Tom Sullivan is my guest today. He's a chiropractor. He's a medical practitioner. He's a clinician. We're going to have him on today. He's been on my show before, and we're delighted to have him on. And I'll report on the story, and I'll get him to comment on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Maybe you've had an instance where this has happened, where your doctor lied for you. I'll be right back.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show and whatever you may be doing. Dr. Tom Sullivan is my guest today. Dr. Sullivan is a practicing chiropractic physician here in the Tampa Bay area. Specifically, is a little spot here in the area called Carrollwood. And he's been a chiropractor for quite a while. And I always enjoy speaking with clinicians, people who are in the trench every day having to deal with real life situations with people. And chiropractic medicine has a long history here, and it's an interesting history, provocative history. He knows a lot about it. So, Dr. Sullivan, welcome back to the show. It's great to see you again, and you'll need to get into that microphone like it's an ice cream cone.
Thanks again for having me, Doc. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you here. And we're going to have Dr. Sullivan. He doesn't know I'm going to ask him this question, but I'm going to ask him to share. He was on my show a few months ago, 3 months ago. And then I saw him not long ago at an event where we both appeared. And he told me an interesting story. I'm going to get him to share that with you. Before, I wanted to introduce him and let him be on air as I report on this story about the strategic lies of oncologists. This story appears in the New York Times. It's today, and I'm going to give Susan Gubar attribution for the article. And it opens up with a quote, and it says, "We'll have to invent symptoms," the doctor said. Since this physician was a paragon of integrity, the patient gasped. With what words could she thank the doctor for such a breach of insurance rules? Susan Gubar in the article points out that many people have fulminated against oncologists who lie to patients about their prognoses. But sometimes cancer doctors will lie or with patients to do what? Improve their chances of survival. This is where we have the oncologist lying to a third-party payer. And in the article, they tell the writer, the reporter, tells a story about a woman who was in her early 50s and was given a diagnosis of endometrial cancer. This is serious business. She was given 3 fusions of chemo, and she was supposed to start radiation. But imaging for it detected tumor growth. In other words, her disease was so malevolent that malignancy progressed during treatment. While she's getting treatment, the disease is moving along. Physicians successfully altered the regimen, which she weathered pretty well. While some women with gynecologic cancer can use a blood test, they have a blood test as a marker for recurrence. For others, it doesn't work at all, and they need to have scans. This patient is in that category, so she had her oncologist agree to rely on a CT scan every 9 months. However, the insurance company refused to pre-certify her scans on the grounds that she had no symptoms of recurrence. Now, this woman's in peril, right? The doctor knows this. Both she and her oncologist were baffled, the reporter writes. 3 specialists had warned her that her cancer would probably return. Umpteen forms, I'm quoting now, umpteen forms filled out and submitted failed to change the verdict. The oncologist fumed at the insurance representative on the phone, but to no avail, Ms. Goober writes. The doctor then coached my friend to fabricate cramping or bloating, symptoms that the insurance company might see as justification for the scan, close quote. This puts a physician in a terrible place. The physician knows that if not treated, if this patient doesn't get the scans, doesn't get the right treatment, she's going to die. And this is a bureaucratic issue. It's about the rules, the procedure. Just because it's a rule doesn't mean it's the right rule or a good rule. Right? And these kinds of stories go on all the time. The doctor said it's a shell game, she tells me. Suspecting, the patient says, she tells me, suspecting that her doctor must hate the lie as much as she does. How humiliating for this consummate professional, the patient said. Now, I've never reported on a story like this before. I sort of steered away from it. But the fact of the matter, we have doctors lying probably more often than not with oncologists, where the patient's life is on the line. I've been in that world. I'm in that world. I know that world. The pain and suffering that I would see every Monday morning or afternoon for 4 hours sitting in a chemo room brings you to tears. And to think that a patient's life is on the line because of some stupid rule. Remember what I always say, ignorance is the handmaiden of stupidity. This is pure ignorance being performed by stupid people. I rarely talk that way, but this time I will, because people can die. And with that, Dr. Sullivan, what do you think about that?
Well, that certainly is an interesting dilemma.
What would you do?
Well, I'd never condone anyone to lie, cheat, or steal in reference to anything. But as I sit and listen to your scenario, would a doctor or should a doctor lie to save a patient's life? I mean, I don't have the answer. It's a certainly interesting conundrum.
There was a study back in 1999. It was entitled Lying for Patients, Physician Deception of Third-Party Payers. That was back in 99 when that article was written. And it argues that inside and outside of cancer care, that doctors have been lying for patients. This is it. I mean, it's provocative.
Yeah, when you first hear the word lie relative to a doctor, you're automatically thinking of something scandalous or cheating. But again, in this reference, apparently the doctor would be lying to save the patient's life.
In that book, they wrote, quote, many physicians sanction the use of deception to secure third-party payers' approval of medically indicated care, close quote. Now, some doctors lie and they commit insurance fraud.
Right.
That's a different kind of lie.
Different kind, a completely different animal. It's just a sad state of affairs to think that we're in this position where a doctor would have to lie to save a patient's life.
This whole notion, you think about this, and I made a prediction. I don't know if I'll be around here when this happens, but there will come a time when we will have socialized medicine in this country. It's not sustainable. People are not going to be able to afford it. The medical complex will collapse on itself because people are living longer, and the longer they live, they're not only living longer, but they're living longer with disease, comorbidities. That takes a lot of money. So we sort of created a dilemma for ourselves. We help patients live longer, but it's more costly, and the system is failing.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Figure's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. So in 1895, there was a fella by the name of Daniel David Palmer. He lived in Iowa. He was an unassuming guy. And he performed the first chiropractic adjustment, it's reported, on a partially deaf man. He was a janitor. That guy's name was Harvey Lillard.
Harvey Lillard.
Lillard. Mr. Lillard was working without his shirt on one day in Dr. Palmer's office. Lillard bent over, as the story goes, to empty the trash can, and Palmer noticed that Lillard had a vertebrae out of position. So he asked Mr. Lillard, what happened? And he said, well, I moved the wrong way, and I heard a pop in my back, and that's when I lost my hearing. Palmer, who is involved in many other natural healing philosophies, had Lillard lie face down on the floor, it's reported, and proceeded with the adjustment. The following day, as the story goes, Lillard told Palmer, quote, I can hear the rackets on the streets, close quote. So that is the story. Is there any truth to that story, Dr. Sullivan?
Well,
or is that an embellished narrative? But makes
who knows as far as the accuracy of the story. But what I'd like to preface this all by saying is that the art of spinal manipulation, whether you call it chiropractic or manipulation for health, has been around for thousands and thousands of years. All the great old cultures had their forms of spinal manipulation for health. The Asians, the Ottomans, the Romans, the Greeks, the Polynesians all had wonderful forms of manipulation.
I'll be darned.
So chiropractic is what I'll call the modern form of spinal manipulation or adjusting, developed in, as you said, 1895 by D.D. Palmer. So as far as the accuracy of that story, who knows? The
makes for a nice story.
It does make a nice story over a beer or a pint at the pub. But the bottom line is manipulation, spinal manipulation for health seems to work, and it works wonders. Exemplified by the fact that it's been around for thousands and thousands of years. There has to be something to it.
Okay.
And there is something to it, by the way. I've been practicing for 20 years. So
I was just going to ask you.
I'm a testament to seeing its validity.
I was going to ask you, for how long have you been in practice? 20 years. Where did you go to school?
Undergrad at the Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. Onto that, I got my doctorate of chiropractic from Life University in Atlanta, Georgia.
I remember. How did you get there? I mean, was it an accident?
It's an interesting story. I've always had a yearning for and a passion for natural healing. I don't know what it was. I've always been enamored with nature, all things natural. Went to a chiropractor as a child. My father always went to a chiropractor. It was just a thing to do in my family. Natural healing and health, eating right, exercise. It was just a natural progression for me. So I saw many avenues of opportunity within medicine at my undergrad, Johns Hopkins.
Sure.
I just always felt
famous,
world famous, wonderful institution. I've just always felt very attracted to the world of natural healing.
In Atlanta, what was it called? Life
University.
Is that still in business?
Still in business, absolutely. I'll be up there in the fall.
Going to give a talk?
I hope to, yes.
Okay,
yes.
Good. So, in your clinical practice, you see all kinds of people,
All kinds of things.
for all kinds of reasons,
Yes.
and whatnot.
Yes.
You were sharing with me an interesting story about a patient who, at the time, you did not know, because she didn't tell you,
Right.
was on
12 medicines.
12 medications.
12 medications, yes.
She didn't tell Dr. Sullivan that, and so I'll let you tell the rest of the story.
Sure, I'll tell you at least the most salient fact. She basically came to me for neck and back pain. Did not tell me her complete history because she felt that it was completely unrelated to chiropractic and that I couldn't help with it. She was having some problems with, and I feel comfortable saying this because she gave me a testimonial on my website. But she had very bad problems with circulation and edema, very painful, but she really didn't fully disclose that to me. So I was seeing her for neck and back pain, and after a few weeks, she was making wonderful progress. After a few weeks, we sat down and spoke, kind of a reassessment, and she just thanked me for how wonderfully she's improving. And I said, I'm very glad. I can see that you're improving, and I'm happy chiropractic is working. And she, I don't think you understand. And she disclosed the full details of her health, which, like I said, was more than neck and back pain. She was having problems with edema. The edema had gone away. She was off 10 of the 12 medicines. Now, what was so interesting to me is that she improved with this circulatory problem. I was not treating her for any circulatory problem. I wasn't giving her a circulatory adjustment. I wasn't giving her any circulatory vitamins. I was adjusting her spine, utilizing chiropractic relative to her neck and back pain. But separately, not only did the neck and back pain improve, again, of her own volition, she reported that her edema had improved. So I think it's a testament to the inherent healing power of the body when you give it what it needs.
And you were commenting to me, you felt that her attitude,
yes,
about her progress and her success and your encouragement and your positive comments to her.
My positive affirmations, I believe that does play a part of it. What's old is new again, and I think modern science is kind of catching up with what the ancients have always professed. It's not just body, it's body, mind, and spirit. So when you're dealing with a patient, I don't think the mechanistic body-only approach is the whole answer.
It is cliche these days to say, well, you need to take a holistic approach. I mean, it's just become cliche, and it means so many different things now. It's almost lost its important meaning, its most ideal meaning. But it is treating the patient holistically, yes?
Absolutely, 100%.
100%. And when we come back, we'll talk about chiropractic some more. We'll get into a little bit of history. We'll talk about the things that resonate with Dr. Sullivan. He's a practicing chiropractic physician here in the Tampa Bay area up in Carrollwood. And you can go to his website at
chiromindset.com. That's chiromindset.com.
Right. And we'll get into this. I enjoy these kind of conversations because it takes us in a different direction. The road to health, there are many roads to health. There's this one main superhighway, but there are a lot of roads you can take off that main highway to get you where you need to go. So we'll see what Dr. Sullivan has to say about chiropractic. I'm interested in your thoughts, your experiences with chiropractic. This is a listener-friendly show. Don't be shy. I know that some people are shy, but I've never, ever, ever been rude to somebody that's called this show, ever, no matter what they may say. So it's a safe zone here. This is a safe zone. 81, number is 9. Go ahead. We'll catch
877-897-8255.
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilo Max, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return. And welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in today. Dr. Tom Sullivan's in studio today. He's going to stick around for a while. Enjoy having him here, you know. But Roy Upton, he's come to be a favorite guest around here, not only with me but with others. I like Roy a lot. He is with Threshold Enterprises. But Planetary Herbals and Source Naturals are the featured brands for Threshold Enterprises. And Roy is staff herbalist with Planetary Herbals. And always has interesting take on health issues. So we're going to get to him this hour. But just wanted to ask Dr. Sullivan before I bring Roy on for that from the next segment until the end of the show. Dr. Sullivan, we have thousands of people that listen and watch the show. Many use chiropractic, probably a lot don't. What would be who would be good candidates to come to you or go to any chiropractor? What might inspire them or cause them to go see a chiropractor?
Doc, I think the answer to that is anybody who is experiencing the ill effects of stress on their health. Stress comes in many forms. It's physical, chemical, and emotional. So physical symptoms of stress, neck and back pain, if you've been in the car accidents, any kind of physical ache or pain. Mm-hmm. But then there's other things that can be related to stress. Headaches, allergies, sinuses, sometimes related to the stress response.
I was talking to somebody yesterday about allergies, and she told me she's a practitioner of a sorts, a health practitioner, and she said that she suffers terribly with allergies, and she doesn't know what to do. And they want to put her on heavy medications and so on. Have you had patients with allergies come to see you?
I have had patients with allergies, just like I've had patients with high blood pressure and headaches and poor digestion. What's interesting to note is after giving a proper exam, determining that a patient could benefit from chiropractic, chiropractors never specifically treat, heal, or cure any specific disease. Mm-hmm. What we address is the physical misalignment of the body, which is, by the way, a byproduct of experiencing stress.
For sure.
So as we bring that body back into a more proper alignment and a more proper state of health, many times these conditions can clear on their own. Mm-hmm. Again, to be specific, we're not specifically treating headache, allergy, or sinuses. We're treating an imbalance in the body.
There's a lot of talk these days, and I'm sure my guest will be coming up, and I would invite you and ask you to please stick around because I'd like you to hear him, and maybe along the way you can ask him some questions yourself. There's a lot of talk these days about the endocannabinoid system and the system being in place and being sort of the manager, if you will, of homeostasis in the body, keeping all the cells, tissues, and particularly organs and organ systems in balance. I often hear chiropractors talking about the body being out of balance. They mean, I guess, structurally, but do they also mean in a more, I guess so, because you were alluding to it, a chemical sense and so on.
Neurological as well.
Neurological sense, being in balance, homeostasis.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Migraines. I'm sure you've had many patients come in with migraines.
Many patients with headaches, absolutely.
And what part of the spine is out of adjustment with the migraines?
That's impossible to say.
Impossible, okay.
Sometimes we find problems in the neck, sometimes the mid-back, the hips, the sacroiliac joints.
Some people would probably think it would be in the cervical spine, but not necessarily.
Well, many times it is, but it's situational. You really have to take everything on a case-by-case basis. I couldn't say that it's C1 in every patient, nor is it L5 or sacrum. Mm-hmm. It's situational. You have to take a full case history and really examine the patient.
In the spinal cord, are there any areas of the spinal cord that are especially vulnerable to wear and tear?
You mean the spine?
In the spine.
The spine.
Excuse me, the spine, not the spinal cord, the spine.
Well, when you're talking about biomechanics, you're always, as the years go on, many times the disc, there's 24 bones of the spine, 7 in the neck, 12 in the mid-back, 5 in the low back. Each of those bones or joints are separated by a healthy, spongy type disc, which is a shock absorber.
Right.
Now, those discs are they're made of water in part, and they can dehydrate over time.
So,
does
the cervical spine is it vulnerable, and the lumbar, is it more vulnerable? Are those two parts of the spine more vulnerable than the thoracic?
Yes, I would say, scientifically speaking, the neck and the low back would be more vulnerable than the thoracic spine. When you talk about the normal biomechanics and wear and tear of the body against gravity, the cervical spine, the bones are very small. You have whiplash injuries and things of this nature. Similar problems with the low back. The mid-back, the thoracic spine, tends to be very secure because it's being reinforced by the rib attachments.
Do you treat athletes?
Many athletes. I had the good fortune when I was in New York City of being one of the chiropractors with the New York Jets for the 15 and part of the 16 season before I moved down here to Tampa. Now here in Tampa, I take care of many pro athletes, some of the Bucks, pro wrestlers, etc.
I'm sure that they love coming to see you.
Yeah, they do like the work, and it's a pleasure to work with them.
Dr. Sullivan is a practicing chiropractic here in the Tampa Bay area. If you want to get in touch with him, go to chiromindset.com, and his number is 813-999-4386. As I said, Roy Upton is my guest in this portion. I said, Dr. Sullivan's going to stick around, hang out. If he has a question or two, he can ask Roy. Roy is one of my faves, personal faves, but I get a lot of people say, boy, I really like that guy. Really, that guy. They can't remember the name usually of the guest, but I knew who they meant. Roy, you've made an impression on a lot of people on this show that listen and watch this show, so just wanted to let you know.
I think it's my Boston accent. You got a bunch of winter birds down there. Snowbirds.
How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. It's nice to have you on. I was looking at the notes, production notes, and it looks like you wanted to talk about stamina. Which is an interesting concept. People say, I just don't have enough stamina. And one of the signs of aging is people lose their stamina, their energy levels, and that's a function. It is a function of age. I just gave a big talk on aging. And the loss of energy, that's natural selection. Can we do anything about stamina?
Yeah, it's a little bit broader than just stamina, though. You're talking about the effects of aging or the effects of just burning the candle at both ends. Overachievers, skipping meals, going to bed late. That type A personality just burns their adrenals out. So you're talking really about adaptogens, the ability to use herbs or nutrients, but specifically herbs, to help adapt to physical and psychological stresses and changes. And in doing that, you increase endurance and you increase stamina. And fatigue, tiredness, it's one of the most common problems that people face, especially going into the health food industry. They go into the health food stores looking for stuff. And look at how everybody starts their day with a cup or two of coffee. And that's not because they wake up all refreshed, from a night's rest. It's because they've burned themselves out and they need a stimulant to get going. It would be much better if they took adaptogens as a regular part of their health program.
Mm-hmm. Tired all the time, TATT. It's now a syndrome. It used to be just an expression, but it became so prevalent in clinical practice, they turned it into a syndrome, TATT, tired all the time. That is a common complaint. I'm sure Dr. Sullivan, even in his chiropractic work, gets that a lot. So Roy Upton's my guest today with Planetary Herbals, one of the best companies on the planet. We love having them on, and I'll tell you in the spirit of transparency that Planetary Herbals is a sponsor of the show, and we're proud to have them. This topic resonates with so many people looking for energy and looking for it in the wrong places and trying to get energy in the wrong way. Oftentimes they can get addicted to drugs, they can do all sorts of crazy things just to feel better. In my own experience, I've learned that two things they don't like. They don't like feeling pain, and they don't like feeling tired. And sometimes both of those are together. One contributes to the other, and one exacerbates the other. We'll come back. We'll continue our conversation with Roy Upton. You are listening to LTN Coast to Coast and globally. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. There are more junk foods than you and I have sense. There are also junk supplements. These off-brand supplements are often made with inferior raw materials and artificial ingredients. Not so with New Chapter supplements. For 35 years, New Chapter has been a leader in supplement quality, putting the wisdom of nature in its whole food supplements. Now you can win 4 New Chapter core supplements having a total retail value of $1,639 from Let's Talk Nutrition. To register, go to Let's Talk Nutrition's Facebook page, like the page, and click the Contest Enter button. Or go to letstalknutrition.com and click on the Contest Enter button. You can also call the show at 877-897-8255 between 9 and 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. The contest begins June 1st and ends June 30th. No purchase is necessary. There will be 3 randomly selected lucky winners. So be a winner and enter New Chapter's supplement contest. And good luck from Let's Talk Nutrition. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. There are more junk foods than you and I have sense. There are also junk supplements. These off-brand supplements are often made with inferior raw materials and artificial ingredients. Not so with New Chapter supplements. For 35 years, New Chapter has been a leader in supplement quality, putting the wisdom of nature in its whole food supplements. Now you can win 4 New Chapter core supplements having a total retail value of $1,639 from Let's Talk Nutrition. To register, go to Let's Talk Nutrition's Facebook page, like the page, and click the Contest Enter button. Or go to letstalknutrition.com and click on the Contest Enter button. You can also call the show at 877-897-8255 between 9 and 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. The contest begins June 1st and ends June 30th. No purchase is necessary. There will be 3 randomly selected lucky winners. So be a winner and enter New Chapter's supplement contest. And good luck from Let's Talk Nutrition. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. There are more junk foods than you and I have sense. There are also junk supplements. These off-brand supplements are often made with inferior raw materials and artificial ingredients. Not so with New Chapter supplements. For 35 years, New Chapter has been a leader in supplement quality, putting the wisdom of nature in its whole food supplements. Now you can win 4 New Chapter core supplements having a total retail value of $1,639 from Let's Talk Nutrition. To register, go to Let's Talk Nutrition's Facebook page, like the page, and click the Contest Enter button. Or go to letstalknutrition.com and click on the Contest Enter button. You can also call the show at 877-897-8255 between 9 and 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. The contest begins June 1st and ends June 30th. No purchase is necessary. There will be 3 randomly selected lucky winners. So be a winner and enter New Chapter's supplement contest. And good luck from Let's Talk Nutrition. One of the body's first priorities is to satisfy its need for energy. Some would say, too, that it's always trying to maintain homeostasis. I think those go hand in hand, and it's a complicated relationship. My guest is Roy Upton, and Roy has been working and practicing as an herbalist in a professional sense since 1981, well trained in Ayurvedic, traditional Chinese, and Western herbal medicine. He's also studied and worked extensively. In his bio, he talks about with Native American and Caribbean ethno-botanical traditions. So he has this interesting, broad background, and I like that element in the discourse, in the conversation or narrative on health, wellness, and well-being. It brings a different perspective. Roy, welcome back. You mentioned adaptogens. I've had guests come on and that it's almost become cliche now. One time somebody would say adaptogen and nobody, now it's said all the time. It's almost become cliche. But what are these compounds, these adaptogens? What are they?
Yeah, these were compounds that were researched predominantly in the 1950s, beginning in the 1950s, by Russian scientists to identify compounds in plants that help the body to adapt to physical, psychological, and physiological changes and stresses in the body. So really it ties into what's called the hypothalamus pituitary axis that has to do with stress mechanisms. So any stress that the body's under, we start producing cortisol like crazy. It stimulates us. It puts us into a fight or flight mode. What the adaptogens do is help us to adapt to those stresses so that we don't go into a fight or flight mode as readily, and that it helps us to recover after a fight or flight mode. If you think about if we have to run away from a tiger who's chasing us to eat us, afterwards we're just totally wiped out because we've spent all of our reserves. The adaptogens help us to recover from that type of stress, but it helps us to protect us from that level of stress in the first place. Helps us to run faster, breathe deeper, our heartbeat is stronger, more efficient, much more oxygen producing, coming through the body because of that stress. But most importantly, and this is really critical for athletes, especially performance athletes like professional basketball players, or even they give some of these adaptogens to thoroughbred horses to improve their recovery after exertion.
What's interesting to me is that there is sort of this innate intelligence in the body, of course, but the plants also, these compounds, I mean, knowing that adaptogens adapt. The body will adapt, will use the compounds if there's too much of something, not enough of another, and it uses those compounds to compensate either way. Is that right? Do I have that right?
Yeah, because you mentioned it. The body is always trying to reach homeostasis. Even when you have something like inflammation, that's the body's attempt to actually heal itself. It becomes a disease process, but it's really the body's healing response. And adaptogens help us to improve that healing response. But specifically with regards to stress, mental fatigue, physical fatigue, the ability to recover after exertion, which is really the measure of conditioning, is not how fast and how far you can run, but how quickly you recover after exertion. That's the true measure of physical conditioning in athletes. And so adaptogens help to improve all of those. And the beauty of it is that people feel it. They see it in their performance. They feel it in the way they, just their ability to actually perform and recover after that exertion. But it really increases the amount of stress that we can be exposed to, but without the body going into that fight or flight response. It's perfect for athletes, and it's perfect for the type A personality that's always on the go, skipping meals, going to bed late, really, really high-stress lifestyle. That's what adaptogens are. Those are the best candidates for using adaptogens, just as a general health supplement.
Does this sound familiar to you, Dr. Sullivan? Have you heard this theme before?
Excuse me, I've heard this theme before, and I work with this premise every day. I'm on board with everything Roy is saying. Stress really is the number one, I believe, health problem or
issue
facing Americans, athletes included. So
sure.
I'm on board with everything he's saying.
Yeah, the paradox is that system, that fight or flight, the stress response was, natural selection had its way, and we evolved to it saved us as a species. Without that fight or flight, that stress response system, we would have probably perished. But paradoxically, when somebody leaves the switch on for that system, it works against us, right, Roy?
Yeah, totally. We're always in this fight or flight, cortisol producing state. Even when it's low level stress, we're not being chased by a tiger or a lion, but just in trying to meet a deadline or trying to, just get to our meetings on time, that puts us in a constant state of stress. And how do we adapt to it? We drink coffee, we reach for sugar, sweet fixes to get our blood sugar up really fast so that we can perform. But that's not the healthy way to do it. It's better to include something like a Shazandra or some of these adaptogenic.
Well, it's funny you say that, because as you said that, I picked up the bottle of Planetary Herbal Shazandra Adrenal Complex. I swear to you, on camera, so they know I'm not making it up. I just picked it up and held it up to the camera, and you said it. They think that we staged this. This is a great complex. We come back. Roy will break it down, this formulation. I'm a big fan. Planetary Herbals, I am a big fan. If you believe in the plants, for me, it's all about the plants and the gifts, the chemical gifts from the plants. They save the plant, and they're done for the plant, but when we consume them, they serve us well, just like they do the plants. We'll be right back.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will... Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. We're coast to coast and global. And my guest, Roy Upton, is out there on the left coast, as they say. And he's with Planetary Herbals. I'm at their website. I encourage you to visit their website. Roy, Dr. Sullivan has a question for you. He posed the question to me during the break. I said, ask Roy that question. I think it's an intriguing question. Go ahead, Dr. Sullivan.
Hey, Roy, just a quick question relative to some of the things you were speaking about before the break. These adaptogens, do they inhibit the stress response within the body, or do they hasten the recovery from the stress response after it already occurred?
They actually do both. So we all have a threshold for where we kick in, where our stress response kicks in.
Sure.
So the higher our stress response is, the more resistant to stress we are. And so it actually increases that threshold before our adrenal and cortisol and fight-or-flight mechanism comes in. But then more importantly, or perhaps more importantly, is that it does help in that recovery process after. And as I was mentioning, the true measure of physical conditioning, especially in athletes, is not how fast and far we can run, but how fast we recover. Respiration-wise, cardiovascular-wise,
sure,
glycogen synthesis-wise, reduction of cortisol in the blood. And Shazandra helps in all of those metrics to both increase resistance to stress and improve recovery. But at the same time, it's actually helping us to run faster, run more efficiently. There's been experiments, for example, about coordination, endurance, stamina. Actually, in the thoroughbred horses, giving Shazandra, helping them to increase their run times, but also decrease the bleeding of their lungs, which occurs because of the respiratory burst that the thoroughbreds have to go through. So it's a pretty amazing supplement.
Incredible.
So
Incredible.
you can also think of, you have professional athletes, but non-professional athletes are athletes in life, if you will.
Well, most of Yeah, many of the studies actually were done with healthy individuals. There were studies done with Olympic athletes, with cosmonauts, and things like that. But most of the studies on adaptogens were done with healthy, normal individuals, workers doing telegraph working, automobile factory workers, people doing fishing off of the coast for crabs and lobsters and things like that.
Right.
Decrease the sickness.
Mm-hmm. I get it. No, I get it. And in this modern world, working in a white-collar job, you may not be doing heavy physical labor, but the stress levels can be off the chain. I have friends that work on Madison Avenue, work in the stock exchange and whatnot. Pressure. I get it. I was looking at the website for Planetary Herbals, the Shizandra Adrenal Complex, and they comment and mention that the formulation is a classic Chinese formula prepared from some of Asia's most precious, and I'm quoting, superior tonics. Could you break down the formulation a little bit and what really this is all about?
Yeah, the first thing to know is that this class of superior tonics, in Chinese medicine there were three classes of herbs: the superior tonics, the middle grade herbs, and the lower herbs, lower grade herbs. The lower grade herbs were the herbs that were used to treat disease. They were laxatives, antibiotics, things like that or diuretics that actually forced an issue in the body. But these superior class herbs were the most highly respected of the herbs, and they were the tonics that were actually helped to improve longevity and health long term. There was a physician in the 700s named Sun Miao, and he said that to use medicines to treat disease was like digging a well when you're thirsty. It's a little bit too late. We should be using these supplements to stay well. And the adaptogenic tonics were among the most respected of the tonics to use in order to stay well and promote longevity. I think Shizandra was first written about in about the 5th century, and then it became really regarded as a longevity tonic in the 13th century. That means it's been used for 700 years as a longevity tonic before the anti-aging movement ever came about, before we knew about antioxidants, before we knew about adaptogens. This has been used for 700 years.
So the people
Shizandra is really the lead herb in that formula.
So the people that listen to Let's Talk Nutrition and watch it coast to coast and around the world, who would be candidates to take this product? Who would be the people that say, you know what, this is something that I need to include in my day-to-day protocol? What would be a profile there?
No, the perfect profile is those type A personalities, skipping meals, going to bed late, always on the go. But the class of tonics were actually considered to be beneficial for anybody. This was the class of herbs that were used for most people who just wanted to stay healthy. So it's probably as important as an antioxidant nutrient. Like, everybody should be taking antioxidant nutrients, in my opinion.
I see.
Same thing. Most people in modern day lifestyle should be taking adaptogens as the herbal part of their health program, where they take an antioxidant nutrient as the nutritional cornerstone of their health program. But mostly those people, type A personalities, always on the go, skipping meals, going to bed late, overachievers, a lot of stress in their job, and feel constantly fatigued.
Well, that covers most of the audience, including me. You have another product from Planetary Herbals. I've become very intrigued with mushrooms and whatnot, and you have a product called Cordyceps 450, and it says Chinese tonic for endurance. What is this product about? The formulation? What's its intention?
Well, same thing. It's an adaptogen, but cordyceps is actually a fungus, like a mushroom that grows on a caterpillar in the Tibetan Plateau. But it's very expensive. It's like $1,000 just for about 200 grams. Really, really expensive.
Wow.
But it's all over the Chinatown herb markets, and there's a lot of adulteration. So these days, most people cultivate this fungus just like you grow mushrooms, like shiitake mushroom or reishi mushroom. Now you grow them. And the cordyceps, again, has been used since about the 5th century. That's when the herbal medicine literature really started. And cordyceps has been used in the same way of giving it to professional athletes cosmonauts in the Soviet Union, mostly Olympic athletes in China, and it's considered one of the most highly regarded of all the strengthening endurance tonic herbs of Chinese medicine.
Let's say you have a mom, business person, whatever, and they go to the gym every day, and they're feeling a little flat. And would taking the cordyceps give them a bit of a boost or no?
Oh, yeah. The beauty about adaptogens, you feel them pretty much right away. The first couple of days after taking an adaptogen supplement, whether it's Schizandra or cordyceps or any Siberian ginseng, for example, you feel it. You feel more centered, more focused, more calm, but also greater performance and less exertion when you actually are doing your workout. So you can actually feel these on a very real and very experiential basis. A lot of times, you take a B vitamin.
That's great. And we'll come back. We'll have the LTN health question of the day, and we'll continue.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. And here's the LTN health question of the day. Earlier in the show, I was reporting on a new study focusing on the obesity epidemic, you know, the one that's out of control. And everybody's talking about it, but the train's still barreling down the track and nobody can stop it. That one, you know, one of the biggest health crises and public health issues of the 21st century. That one. This new study focused on men and women, and the researchers were interested in where they lived and was there a correlation with living either in the city or in a rural area and obesity rate. Here's the question. What did they find? Did they find that there were more obese people living in rural areas, you know, in the country, or were there more obese people living in urban city areas, if you will? City or country? Where are more obese people now living? Here's a number to call to win a nice $25 supplement gift card. You can then go to your favorite health store and get Cordyceps 450 or the adrenal complex, the Shazandra adrenal complex from Planetary Herbals. Call this number.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
Roy, welcome back. You mentioned, you alluded to ginseng. Planetary Herbals has a product called Ginseng Elixir. A classic Chinese energizer. What is the formulation and its intention?
It's actually, there's ginseng elixir is two formulas that were developed in about the 1100s, and originally it's a combination of 8 herbs. And originally, one formula contained 4 herbs that were for building energy, like a ginseng-type herb. And then the second formula, another 4 herbs, were specifically used to build and nourish the blood, which is really specific for women, especially after menses, where they feel tired, run down, fatigued because of losing that menstrual blood. From a Chinese perspective, you always want to help to nourish and nurture the blood, rebuild that blood that's lost. So then about in the 13th century, somebody combined these two and made this ginseng elixir formula. So that's been around literally since, about 1308 is, I think, the original origin of that formula. And it combines ginseng, Poriococcus, Atractalotus, and licorice root. Of those, ginseng and licorice root are probably the only thing that your listeners might be familiar with. They don't know about Poriococcus. They don't know about Atractalotus. But those herbs are designed specifically to improve the amount of energy that you derive from your food. So
this is interesting.
That's key. That's key. If we can eat a lot, we can eat food, but if we're not digesting and assimilating, we won't experience the energy that we get from that. So ginseng, atractolotus, those are two of the primary herbs used to improve the amount of energy we derive from food. And then the other formula is based on Dong Quai. And Dong Quai is the most respected herb, most widely used herb for nourishing the blood and promoting circulation. And that's another key principle of promoting energy, endurance, calmness, emotional centeredness in people that are run down and fatigued. So by putting those two herbs together, those two formulas together, you have energy enhancement and digestion and nourishment.
That's I'm sitting here listening to you and the thoughtfulness of the formulation, and I notice a pattern here that Planetary Herbals is interested in trying to replicate, duplicate, or use, or otherwise use these traditional, long-standing, hundreds of years old, thousands of years old, I guess, 100 years old at least, formulations. In other words, don't reinvent the wheel. Use what has worked and what we have. They weren't clinical trials, but we have hundreds of years of data on these formulations. Yes.
Yes, very literally. I mean, you mentioned it at the beginning of your show. You talked about that. You're kind of alluding to this innate intelligence between plants and people. It's not really innate. We learn this over several generations,
yes.
Literally several hundred years of experimentation. And if you think about in China, that represents the majority of the population of the world for the last 1,000 years. That's a lot of bodies that have been using these botanicals and learning exactly how they can benefit us in our life. There's nothing really magical about it. It's just using them, just like we get used to whatever we do. You know your way around the subway in New York.
Right.
You get used to it. You learn about it. Same thing that people learn about herbal medicine. They experiment, their families experiment, and then they pass that knowledge down through the generations.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying. What I was referring to was that there's this innate biological intelligence that our body has to know how to use these compounds. That's what I was specifically referring to. But
that is part of it, but a lot of it is pure
experimentation. Yes.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, and it's intriguing how people in different cultures were experimenting with the same compounds and figured it all out, you know, independent of one another, right?
Yeah, and the more important thing is that in most scientific research, we only support what was already known traditionally. Very seldom do we learn something new about the herbal medicines. We're usually only finding out that the traditional people really knew what they were talking about, just like ginseng or schizandra or cordyceps. There have been dozens and dozens of studies on each, hundreds on ginseng, on each of those showing that they actually improve endurance, reduce fatigue, reduce the effects, the negative effects of stress, and that you actually feel better. So,
and you got to go to Sautertown, Pennsylvania. Bob, where are more obese people now living? Or do they live in the country or do they live in the city?
In the country.
In the country. Congratulations. That's true. Some people would have picked the city for a lot of reasons, but turns out that the data are suggesting that more obese people, men and women, especially women, are now living in rural areas. Congratulations. Thank you so much for listening to the show, and thank you for calling and entering the contest. Dr. Sullivan, thank you for coming by today. We're going to have you back. We'll talk some more. Did you find Roy's pretty good, right?
He's excellent, excellent. Once you understand the concept of stress, you'll quickly learn that everything he was saying was spot on.
Stress and energy, they go together. Roy, thank you so much. Planetary
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Cordyceps 450, Ginseng Elixir, and the Schizandra Adrenal Complex. This company is wonderful. Go to their website, planetaryherbals.com. I'm a big fan. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.